Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? Koba Cheese here, and as you can see I am playing some Neverwinter, one of the newer free-to-play MMOs. It's just gone open beta, and so you can check this out right now if you so choose to. It just came out yesterday, and it looks like so far today the game is running fairly smooth. I had a little bit of trouble playing it yesterday because there was some, I guess, first day release lag, which you can pretty much expect from most MMOs as they have a rush of new players running in there and they have to adjust the servers to handle all that stuff. So what I'd like to do is give you guys just some commentary of me playing. I'm doing this live right now, and I'm I'm not going to give you like a full-on review of the game or anything like that, because that's really impossible to do with only a day of playing. Most MMO games that are very complex, which this one seems like it is going to have a lot to it, but I have experienced quite a bit, and so I'm going to go ahead and talk about what I've experienced so far and how I'm kind of enjoying the game and stuff like that. So from what I've experienced thus far, the game is actually quite interesting. It's not like your traditional MMO where you tab to target an enemy, and then you just push a button and wait for your character to sit there and do its attacks. You actually have to click each time that you want to do an attack, and there's all these different telegraphs that you'll notice that the enemies are doing here, and you have to, in my case, block them. I'm like a tank class, and all the other classes will have certain abilities like a dodge, where they can like blink out of the way or do something of that nature. And so I decided to go for the tank class. I like playing. A lot of times I like to play like tankier stuff. It's like I'm taking a lot of damage here, so I am going to try my best to pay attention to what I'm saying here, but hard for me to talk and play at the same time. But anyways, what I did right there was I actually activated what's called a daily skill, which I don't know why they would call it that, because it comes up it comes up very quickly. Essentially, doing things just like auto attacking, blocking attacks, things like that will refill this little meter right here, this little yellow meter in the middle. And once that's full, I can activate my daily skill, is what they call it. And essentially, this particular one that I'm using, oh god, I'm on fire. What the hell? This particular one I'm using, all the time that I'm attacking, I'm going to heal myself. It just gives me like a lot of life leech, essentially. And there's some other ones that you can get, one that will just stun all the enemies in a large radius around you. There's one that will give you a lot of extra damage and damage resistance for a few seconds, things like that. So you just kind of have to pick one that goes along with your playstyle. Now you'll notice that this game is also different from MMO style MMO, or sorry, what am I saying? Okay, a World of Warcraft style MMO, in that you don't notice like a giant skill bar of skills that you have to play with. In fact, it's just going to be these three here, and then these two, which are a little bit different. So let's talk about the skills and how they work out in this game. All right, so right now there's going to be two at-will skills that I can use, and what that means is that there are no cooldowns to them. There's no mana cost associated with using them, and in fact it's just essentially as fast as I can click them and as fast as they'll swing at the enemy as I can use them. And that's your at-will skills. Right now I only have these two right here, which is my cleave. It has like a three-pronged attack. The third attack does a little bit extra damage, and obviously it's AoE. And then I've got a like a shield bash, which gives me a little bit more shield meter, which I'll talk about in a little bit as well as a bit of a debuff to the opponent, to where it'll make them take extra damage in the next couple of attacks. So let's see what I need to do here. I need to look at my quest real fast. Let's see. I'm not tracking anything. I don't want to do that one. Oh, turn in. Okay. So anyways, what I did right there was I looked at my quest log, and you can actually have the little sparklies come up whenever you are tracking a quest, and it'll tell you where to go, which is really nice because I don't like to read all the quest text. So anyways, I've got my two at-will skills, and then I've got these three other ones here that you'll notice that I'm using. Alright, so let's talk about the three skills that I have while I'm fighting this guy. I've got this shield bash charge, which I can start from a long way, and that does quite a lot of damage. I've got this little kick one that I literally just got, and it doesn't seem like it's doing a lot of damage. I might have to read it again, but I think it's just supposed to kick them and slow them. Probably more of a PvP skill, so whenever I charge someone, I would kick them and slow them down so they can't really run away. There are a few skills that seem like they would make more sense in a PvP situation. And then I've got this one here, the Griffin's Wrath, and that's a stun. And the way that works is I actually have it to where I can do 2 of them. I have 2 charges, so I could stun them twice before the cooldown has to recharge the charges. And let's go ahead and change this. Actually, I've got no use for this kick skill for PvE. Where is the other one that I was using? Okay, so I've got Enforced Threat, and this is an AoE taunt, which actually does a decent amount of damage. So I like to use it for AoE. I'll like aggro a bunch of guys, and that will taunt everything to attack me, which is nice, obviously, if I'm tanking for a group of people. Let's turn in these quests here.
Well done.
They do have a lot of voice acting on most of these quest turn-ins too, which is nice. Fist of the Warband. Enter the Orc Barracks, defeat some dudes. So this is like a little instance dungeon thing, like a single person instance, which is kind of cool, that you don't have to do all the instances with a group of people. There's going to be a lot of instances in the game, both created by the players and both created by the actual developers, which is interesting. So I'll talk about player-created dungeons later on using the Foundry. What? It's telling me to come back to this person. What do you want me to do? Oh, yeah, okay, so this is where I gotta go. Contest started. Dungeon delves. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect timing. I'm going into a dungeon. At least I think I am. Okay, so back to the skills here. Alright, so yeah, we have the encounters and we have the at-will skills. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this orc barracks here. And then you've got your dailies. So the daily, I already talked about that a little bit. Once your action points are at 100%, you can use your daily powers. I've only got one passive right now, which is a shield talent. Increases my guard amount. And what the guard amount is, let's go ahead and stand in this campfire, and that'll heal me. So when I hold down shift, it'll hold up this guard, and it'll block any incoming damage. But you'll notice this little blue meter right here. That little blue meter is going to affect like how much I can block. So the more damage I take, let's go ahead and find an enemy to attack. Okay, well that guy died fast. Let's just let him attack me, I guess. So come on and attack me, and you'll see the meter go down, which is you'd expect. And there's a couple ways I can get that meter back, other than, you know, it does recharge on its own, but I can do my right click right here. So while I'm blocking, I can use both of my at-will skills, and they're slightly modified. So I do this little shield bash, and that gives me shield back. You'll notice that my shield kind of recharges a little bit. So this is one way I can tank stuff, is I can sit there and I'll taunt every guy in the instance. So I'll do like this. I'll run in here, taunt everything, and then I'll start stabbing them, which gives me a high amount of threat and causes the enemies to stay on me, trying to attack me. And yes, this causes me to lose a lot of guard, and I'm not doing as much damage as if I was attacking without guarding. And see, there we go, my guard just broke. So now I'm going to have to wait for it to recharge before I can guard again. And I haven't been using my skills, I was just kind of showing you the guard. And you can actually dodge some of this stuff, so you'll see that, oh, I just stepped on a trap. So you'll see that little telegraph pop up, and I can move out of the way if I want to, or just walk behind him, or just guard, block. Make it a little bit easy on myself. So that's kind of how the mechanics in this game work. Now, I played another class like through the tutorial mode just to get an idea of the difference, and I tried out a healer. And essentially, the way theirs works is instead of having like a guard, they'll have a stamina meter, which is like it shows right above here, and you can do like 2 dashes to where you'll go bloop, and you'll dash across the room like over here, and then bloop, you dash over here, and that allows you to escape attacks. So rather than sitting there and blocking those telegraphs, you can just blink backwards and then continue to attack. And she's got some different skills, like the at-wills are just like firing out spells, then you got like an AoE that heals people and stuff like that. So pretty much just slightly different mechanics depending on which class you're going to play. Whoop. Looks like I'm at a boss already. Lurg Bloodspear. I gotta kill this guy in order to get the key to go to the next area. Some of the bosses are pretty fun. They have cool little attacks that they do. Let's go ahead and stun him. He's stunned, and we'll block this for a little bit. I just gotta remember to keep attacking while I'm blocking. Stun. I like to play this class because I don't have a lot of healing ability right off the bat, but I can definitely survive a lot of these encounters just by blocking through most of the stuff. Now you'll notice that my health is getting really low. If I did need a heal right now, I'd go ahead and use my daily skill and try and do as much damage as possible, and that'll give me some health back. Now, it's not going to hit me a lot because I actually have a lot of HP. I've got like 4,000 health. I've been putting all my skill points into health, so I'm not going to be doing as much damage as a lot of the other classes in the game. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. I like being really tanky. It's going to take me a little bit longer to kill stuff, but I'm going to be able to survive lots of different counters that some other classes might not be able to survive. At least, that's the idea. Oh, I forgot to push tab. So if I push tab, that's like an interesting mechanic. It doesn't really target the enemy, and I'm guessing every class has their own tab target thing that they can do. Ooh, bam, I leveled up, gave me all my health back. So what it does when I tab is it causes all my attacks to do a little bit extra damage, and it gives me more threat. So it's just part of the tanking. I don't know what the other tab skills are. I guess it's called a mechanic, but everyone has their own little tab skill, I suppose, that they will be able to use. And for me, it's just that I do a little bit extra damage, like I said. So, anyways, killed that guy. He was a little bit tough. I would have had to sit there and heal if I didn't level up there, but luckily I did. Gave me enough experience. So I'm going to go ahead and pop my daily here, because why not? I get enough action points that it's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and do some AoE, which is a taunt, but AoE is always good. I should use my tab. There we go. Do a little bit of extra damage to this guy. And you notice that he tried to stab me with that spear. I just kind of moved over to the left. I didn't even have to block it. I just had to move. Now this one, probably try and block. Oh. So I blocked it, and it still did a little bit of damage to me. Some of the skills will still kind of, I guess, break your blocking a little bit. It doesn't hurt your guard a lot. It just knocks you down, essentially. So like that little shield thing right there. Not sure exactly how that all works, but for the most part, it's pretty simple. Now, the game is really, really easy early on, and it's slightly moving up in difficulty as I get, higher up, which is good, and that's what I would expect from an MMO. If it was super easy the whole way through, I'd be kind of annoyed. I do like to have a challenge when I'm playing this game, and as I would imagine, some of you guys feel that same way too. Well, another boss already. I actually like this dungeon. You usually don't get a lot of bosses in a row like that. Every dungeon is a little bit different. There are some cool stuff in the dungeon. So, as a, I guess, tanky warrior class that I am right now, there's certain things in dungeons called, or that you require a skill called dungeoneering to unlock. So, so you may find like a contraption that unlocks a drawbridge to like a secret chest up in the air that no one else would be able to get to. But since you have this dungeoneering skill, you can activate that mechanism, or you can like mine out certain things within the dungeon to get extra resources. Now there's stuff for different classes too. So some class may have a thievery skill, and there's like certain things that you can lockpick or like loot stuff. There's like arcana chests that are like some kind of magical thing laying around, and if you're like a mage class, you can activate that. And so that's all kind of cool stuff. You have to look at all those things based on which class and what kind of playstyle you want to have. This guy is tough. He's not going down. Takes a lot of damage. I think I forgot. I always forget to use my tab thing. It's like it's not really something I remember to use, especially when I'm talking. So hopefully everything I'm saying is making sense. I'm not the most coherent whenever I'm in the middle of fighting a bunch of guys and trying to talk at the same time. But anyways, we are making our way through this dungeon here. You notice I have these consumables right here. I don't actually use my potions too much. I try and use them for specific cases. I'll go ahead and use one now. I actually have a lot of these lesser healing potions because I haven't really been using them. I've been trying to like let my health go down as low as possible during a fight, and after the fight's over with, you can heal back up by creating this little circle of it's like creating your own little campsite essentially. And let me show you that right now. Now that I killed those guys, I'm half health, so I need to use this little campsite thing. So let's open up my bags, and whoa, I got a lot of crap in here. I'm gonna have to. Looks like I don't even have room left, huh? Yeah, I definitely need to sell some stuff. Anyways, besides the point. So this little portable altar. Let's go ahead and activate that bad boy. And inside this little circle, I can sit here and I can heal myself up. So I'm most familiar with the WoW style, where you like eat some bread and sit down, and I'll heal you back up. This is, I guess, similar to that. You can move around, and you can even attack inside these things, but you'll be healed up. I don't think you can activate this stuff while you're in combat. I haven't really tried that, but overall, it's not that important. So, all right, so we've healed ourselves up. Oh, and by the way, once every hour, I can use this little invocation, which gives me like some kind of benefit. Oh, I don't even know if I can grab this stuff. So I get XP points for invoking inside this little circle. Looks like I get a potion. Gift of Vitality gives me recovery and regeneration. Okay. Cool. So I got an overflow bag because I didn't have enough room. I'm gonna have to definitely sell some stuff here soon. Anyways, so I've told you about most of the like fighting and gameplay mechanics. They have simplified it by making you not have a lot of skills available to you. Where am I going? I think I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, need to go back this way. Thank you, Sparklies. They are good for people like me who are bad at paying attention and don't want to read stuff. In a lot of these dungeons, you can find little things laying around that are just like lore. And if you want to learn the lore of the dungeon and you want to be one of those guys that knows all that stuff, you have that option of just, wow, that poked me for a long time, kind of stunned me. But yeah, you have that option of sitting there and reading the little scrolls that are around. It reminds me most of like Elder Scrolls, like when you find the books laying around, there's like so much crap to read, and you don't have to do it. It's just, you know, if that's what you want to do, then you can do it. There we go. There's one of those Arcana things. You have to be a mage to be able to activate that. And a lot of these dungeons, there's traps all over the place. You'll notice I've already ran into a few of them. Kind of freaking me out. Keep hitting these traps. I'm already back to half health or whatever. I don't think I'm even going to be able to pick up much more stuff. Let's see. Inventory is full. Alright, so let's go ahead and manage our inventory just a bit, and I'll show you some stuff that I can get rid of. So a lot of these things that are red just means they're not for my class. So this here is for a control wizard. Let's just start discarding crap that doesn't look like it's going to be worth much. It looks like it'll actually tell you how much, so that's only worth 11 copper. We can just throw away stuff that's not really worth anything. And that will free up enough for us, and we should be good to go. Also don't care about these lower level items. Alright, so let's take a look at this sword and see if it's any good. So this is an unidentified sword. And I'm not going to ID everything because you only have a certain amount of ID scrolls as well. That's important to think about. So this is a level 14 sword. I don't know if it's going to be as good as mine, but let's go ahead and ID it. So the sword I have right now is actually level 12, so this is definitely better. 62 to 76 damage. Nice little change there. I get defense from the sword as well as recovery time, which I don't exactly know what the recovery is. Maybe I haven't really... I don't know if that's recovery time on my encounters, like reduces the cooldown time on it. I'm not exactly sure how that works, since there is no like mana and stuff in the game. I also did level up, so let's go ahead and I'll show you guys that. It tells you have these little notifications that remind you that you have things that you've unlocked. So I've unlocked another point. So this is the talent tree right here. You just basically go down. There's not a lot of choice to it necessarily. For the most part, you just kind of click stuff. I imagine as you get lower down, you'll have to decide which ones you're really going to start maxing out. Because right now, I can't max out these that have 2 points in them, because I need 20 points spent before I can start putting 3 points in everything. So let's take a look here. I can actually put points into this thing right here, I think. Yep, I can do that. So enhanced mark. What is this? So this is the mark right here, I believe. Yeah, the mechanic skill. So I can enhance that, and it gives me more threat. So if I want to tank better, then I can use that. This one here, while blocking, reflect damage. Okay, so that's like another passive. I can reflect damage back to attackers. That doesn't sound that exciting because it's only 1%. This is another daily skill if I want to have like a big stun or whatever. I do like my healing, so I'm just going to keep with the healing. I go for enforced threat. If I upgrade that, that gives me more guard meter. That's okay. It doesn't look like there's anything else that I can really max out here that is all that great. So I decide, it's basically for me deciding between, do I want to reflect damage or I want to go for tanking. So oh, I can actually upgrade this more and do some more debuff duration, but that's, like I said, probably more for PvP. Let's go ahead and go for the threat one. I would like to do some dungeons. I haven't met any friends yet in this game because I've just been rushing through and I haven't played that long. But eventually I'd like to do some of the harder dungeons. So let's go ahead and make myself an effective tank for when that time does come. Okay, so we've leveled that up. Now we can level up this new feat thing. So this is another like passive talent type thing. And I've maxed out to where I've got a lot of extra hit points, and every time I block something, I get more guard points. Alright, that's cool. So, or sorry, more action points, which is this stuff right here. So while I'm guarding, I'll be able to build up this meter. I haven't decided to go through any of these things here, but this is cool. This would be cool for PvP. If I get hit with a crowd control, I'll regain some of my max HP. And attackers deal less damage. This is probably going to be good if I start tanking hard bosses, I imagine. This increases the effectiveness of armor. So, okay, overall for soloing and stuff, this is most of this stuff is not. Wait, do I not have any points to spend? It just told me I did. What is going on here? These are trees that I can use later on. I guess you have to have. I don't know. I don't know when this becomes active, but essentially you'll decide which one of these trees you want to go down. Alright, well, that's not important, but at least I showed it to you. Cool stuff. New task, obtain a companion.
With the work you've been doing on behalf of the city. The road ahead will be tough to travel solo. There is a man, Dale Anashok, who runs a business here in the Enclave.
So companions, I've seen people running around with companions, and I guess it's just like a pet that you can have running around with you. It's like if you were as if you were a hunter or something. I don't know. I haven't had one yet, but it looks like I just now got a quest. Now that I've hit level 16 to where I can actually become able to have a companion. And there's a companion window that I noticed a little bit earlier, so I'll probably be able to talk about that in maybe another video. And you know, if I do a full-on first look or impressions or whatever, I'll talk about some of the other mechanics in the game. I did do some PvP, but obviously I'm not showing you that right now. It's not too exciting yet. I don't have a lot of skills. Overall, it wasn't too balanced because I think some of the enemy team left, so we just kind of dominated everybody. But I just did it for a quest. You get a quest at like level 10 to do some PvP and to check out like the auction house and things like that. So I'll have to look into all those other mechanics and the crafting. I will show you. I do like the crafting in this game. So right after I beat this boss, which he's really easy, I'll go ahead and show you that. I'm getting thrown axes at here. That's kind of annoying. Sometimes it's good to like take out those ads, but I don't really care. I'm just kind of button mashing right now. So it is a little bit easy. Like, I mean, I do take quite a bit of damage in some of these encounters, but I always know that I have a potion. I can just go boop, pop a potion, and I'll be good to go. Yes, there is a small cooldown on the potions, but I'm not going to die in 10 seconds, so I can just keep on popping those if I wanted to, but obviously if I spam them too much, I'm just going to run out. And every time you beat one of these bigger missions, you get some kind of upgrade. So it looks like I get a better chest piece here. Very nice. And an enchantment, which I keep getting these enchantments, but I have not been able to actually equip them yet. I guess you have to have specific armor that has slots. I don't know. I really don't know that. Oh, wait. This one does have a slot. Perfect. I was just talking about that. That's so funny. All right. So there's this one right here that I've got. And I don't know how to... I guess I just drag and drop, maybe? Nope. All right. Let's put this item right here in there. Do you want to permanently discard armor? No? Okay, so I don't know how to equip this, but... okay, well, I'll figure that out later. So essentially, you have these little enchantments. You can upgrade your gear. It's kind of like gems, if you're familiar with that from other games. But let's go ahead and talk about the skills before I finish this video. There's a lot more to talk about, but for now, I just want to show you guys some gameplay. Alright, so this is the crafting, I guess, in the game. There's leadership, platesmithing, metalsmithing, leatherworking, tailoring. Alright, cool. Right now, you start off, you can do one task at a time. And the way this works is, you have one task at a time, like I said. I've already got a task going. It's got 28 minutes left. Now, once you get higher level, you can unlock more slots for doing tasks. Once I get a profession up to level 3, I can unlock another one, etc. And so that's how you unlock more tasks at a time. So right now, I've been doing leadership just because I don't know what it is. It sounds interesting. So you start off by... training or hiring a mercenary, and then you have that mercenary either you have him do some training to learn more things, or you have him do like some guard duty, and it'll give you some XP and things like that. And each one of these little tasks has a duration associated with it. So I actually did I did one, where was it? Which one am I doing right now? I'm doing guard duty. So I did guard duty, and that was a 2-hour task. It's got about 28 minutes left, and it's going to give me 40 XP for the leadership. And now I can do a 4-hour task, which gives me 80 XP. It's the same thing as doing this one twice, but I won't get the XP for myself and the small amount of silver reward. So you kind of have all these different things you can do, and you get different rewards based on the time that you put into it. And so platesmithing, there's a lot more stuff to do. Like you'll craft different pieces of items, and it's pretty interesting. It's kind of like a Facebook game. It reminds me, I used to play a game called Sims Social on Facebook, and it was the same thing. You would just go, like, you would start a task, and if you were gonna, stop playing the game, you would do like a 24-hour task essentially. But if you wanted to keep playing it, you would just keep doing like 10-minute tasks that were a little bit more efficient. With you would get more out of it for doing those short tasks, but you had to keep checking on it. So that's the same idea here. Is like, if I'm going to be playing all day, I probably want to do a lot of the short amount of time tasks. So I thought that was interesting. It's a different crafting system that I haven't personally seen in a game before. So overall, guys, I'm enjoying this. I'll probably keep playing this game, on and off, as as long as I'm still having fun. If you want to jump in and play with me, I don't know if you have a class that's around my level, or if you would like to just add me to your friends list, I'm okay with that. You can see my character's name up at the top left is Cheeto, which I don't know, it's just a random idea to name him that instead of Colby Cheese. I don't know if you can add me by my character name or my account name, but either way, my account name I think is like Colby Queso with with a Z because someone took Colby Cheese. So whatever. If you want to add me, go ahead and add me. But you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, you know, quick gameplay video of the game, and you get an idea of maybe if you want to play it or not. And for me, what attracted me to was that it just seems like it's a lot more action than your typical MMO where you try and, oh, I can only pull one ad at a time or I'm gonna die, and you know, you have to like dodge around and block stuff, and you know, actually a little bit more to it than just standing there and pushing one button and over and over and over and just watching your character do stuff. You're actually playing the game, I feel like. So anyways, that's it for now. I'll do a more in-depth video later if I continue to enjoy the game. So make sure you hit that subscribe button to see more videos. This is Kobe Cheese, guys. Peace out.